In the northern region of Japan, there was a beautiful and peaceful village. Nestled in the embrace of the mountains, this village looked like a dream in the morning mist. The river water was cold and the rice fields swayed with the wind. Here, time seemed to stand still. Hiroshi was a 10-year-old boy, lively, mischievous, and full of dreams. He rode his bicycle through the alleys with his father, listened to folk tales, and ran with his friends through the mountains. His mother lovingly called him my mountain lion. One cold evening, as Hiroshi was traveling to the city with his parents, a speeding car crashed into their vehicle. Screams, shattering glass, lights, noise, and then total darkness. In a moment, everything changed. When Hiroshi regained consciousness, he was in a hospital bed. His left arm was gone. His mother sat beside him, crying. His father stood silently. Hiroshi stared at the ceiling as if asking himself, "Who am I now?" When he returned home, everything felt different. The children played outside but fell silent when he appeared. Some looked at him with pity, others mocked him. Where once there had been pride in their eyes, now there was sympathy and doubt. One day, Hiroshi was staring at a judo poster on the wall. What was once a childhood dream had now become a challenge. He called his mother and said, "I want to learn judo." Her eyes filled with tears, but she said, "Even if you fall, I want to see you rise again." The next day, he went with his parents to an old master's dojo. Hiroshi lowered his eyes and said, "I want to learn no matter what." The master looked at him deeply, then silently nodded. A new journey had begun. The other children practiced with both arms, throwing, shouting, falling. Hiroshi, in a corner, quiet and alone, practiced just one throw, the same move again and again. No complaints, no pride, just belief. Days turned into weeks, weeks into months. Hiroshi's move became refined. His body tired, but his spirit kept repeating, "One move. Just one move." One day, Hiroshi paused and asked, "Sensei, will I only learn this one move?" The master smiled. "This one move will give you everything, if you become one with it." Hiroshi nodded. Doubt had vanished. The master watched him every day. No praise, no scolding, just silent observation. Hiroshi had shaped himself into the move. It was no longer practice, and it was his identity. When others slept, Hiroshi stayed awake. On the cold floor in silence, one move. Over and over. Whenever doubt whispered, he practiced the move again. This was not just physical training, it was a spiritual journey. One day, exhausted, Hiroshi sat down and said, "Why can't I do it?" The master paused and replied, "Because you're still thinking. You haven't become the move yet. When you are the move, everything will change." One morning, the master said, "Hiroshi, the time has come." In his hand was a white uniform. On the chest was written, "Courage." Hiroshi didn't just wear the word, he became it. Tournament day, spectators, crowds, noise, but Hiroshi's heart was calm. The master gave him one look, and that was enough. His first opponent laughed mockingly. "One-armed?" Hiroshi struck, the opponent hit the ground. The crowd was stunned. One move, complete victory. Second match, the opponent was smarter. Hiroshi waited for his moment, struck and won. People began to ask, "Who is this boy?" The third match was tough. Hiroshi fell many times but got up. Finally, one moment, one chance, one move. Hiroshi was in the finals. The final, the ultimate test. The opponent was massive, experienced, and ruthless. Hiroshi took a deep breath. This was not just a match, it was a turning point in fate. Hiroshi closed his eyes. Every moment, every drill, every pain came flashing back. He told himself, "Today I won't just perform the move. I am the move." The opponent kept attacking. Hiroshi dodged, fell, endured, but never broke. Worry filled the spectators' eyes. But the master stood calm. The referee asked, "Shall we stop?"
He'll get hurt.
The master replied simply, "No, let him become whole." This was more than a match, and a destiny was being written. Moments of complete silence. Hiroshi and his opponent stood as if outside time. Then the opponent lowered his guard. Hiroshi executed that one throw, and the moment became history. The crowd froze, then erupted in cheers and tears. The one-armed boy, once seen as weak, was now standing as a champion. Hiroshi had won. The journey back home was quiet. A gold medal on Hiroshi's chest, but a question in his heart. How did I win with just one move? He asked softly. "Sensei, why did you teach me only one move?" The master smiled and said, "Because that one move was the one that could change your destiny." You learned the most difficult throw in judo, and the only defense against it is to grab the left arm, which you don't have. Hiroshi closed his eyes and everything came rushing back. The accident, the loneliness, the practice, the pain. And today, he realized on what others saw as his weakness was actually his greatest strength. Hiroshi was no longer just a winning boy. He had become an example. This wasn't just a story about judo. It was a story about belief, patience, and action. Sometimes life gives us something we don't understand. Weakness, defeat, or challenges. Hiroshi lost everything, but he rediscovered himself. He was not just a boy. He was a symbol, a living example, to prove that what tries to bring you down can also lift you up. Remember, your weakness doesn't stop you. It can become your strength.